From mid-century to contemporary, public to private, we're in search of the very best in art, homes, happenings, stores, restaurants, and people. Things that defy categories. The perpetual freshness and cool of modern never ceases to captivate us. Join us for another edition of Modern Dallas TV to discover what's going on and where in the modern world. Modern Dallas Real Estate this week is at 3902 Fairfax Avenue. We're here in Mockingbird Park, and I'm here with Philip Morell, the co-listing agent with Stuart Lee of Day Perry Miller Real Estate. Philip, awesome house, great feel, great vibe, open. Tell us all about it.
Well, I really appreciate you being here, and we're happy to debut this house, this awesome house, right on the cusp of West Highland Park. It's in a great location. Not quite West Highland Park, but gives you a little bit more square footage and value in this area between Inwood and West Side. But a little bit about the house. I mean, we're at 4,320 square feet. It's a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath square foot home. What I think about this house is that it really kind of captures like a childhood imagination, but it also is worthy of something from Architectural Digest. The finish outs, kind of picked out by Lee Lorman, an incredible designer here in Dallas, are understated but just really beautiful, and the detail is really great. From the soldier stack tile in the backsplash in the kitchen to the Ansacks in the powder bath, every detail was selected uniquely for this home. With a 3-inch wide oak plank floors throughout the home, the light finish of those floors really kind of adds to the museum finished walls throughout the home and gives it a very open, clean feel, where an owner could come in here and put their artwork in and it would debut it beautifully. I can't imagine a better home to debut someone's favorite collection and their favorite artists in one home. It's also already decked out with art lighting throughout, so really ready for that buyer.
So the house is beautifully finished out. There's most certainly numerous features and benefits that people can expect. Tell us a little bit about some of them.
My goodness, well, I mean, the floating staircase is kind of like the jewel of the home. One thing I really like about the floating staircase is that it not only acts as a focal point inside the home, but it also acts as a focal point on the outside of the home. When it's light outside and the lights are on this house, the way that the staircase is framed by that gorgeous commercial grade window in the front really kind of is what draws your eye to the house, and everybody's going to wonder what is going on in that house because of that awesome floating staircase. So I think everything sort of anchors around that, and from there it just kind of gets more into the detail. Other things are the quartzite countertops in the kitchen. They're going to have the waterfall finish out, the stainless steel appliances throughout. There's a 6-burner Thermador stove, actually is a Thermador package with a built-in refrigerator. Another really awesome quality about this home is that it is the perfect house for entertaining. What goes along with that is a great pre-wire package which allows for the homeowner to have sound throughout the house, which I think is a great feature in the house, as well as there are 2 fireplaces. There's one in the master bedroom, but there's also one that is in the center of the main living area that really makes a great focal point with 2 doors leading out to the outside of the home. The outdoor area in this space is amazing. I mean, it's a great lot size, which allows for a dynamic backyard. It's very hard to find a pool in the Park Cities or in an area like this where you can have a grassy area as well as the pool. So if you have a dog, if you have kids and you want to enjoy a nice grassy backyard, this is actually an opportunity where you can have that as well as a really nice luxury pool with spa.
Wonderful. The house is listed for?
$1.85 million.
And you can see it on your website at dayperrymillerrealestate.com, or if you'd like to see all the modern listings in Dallas, visit our website at moderndallas.net. Thanks, Philip.
Thank you.
The Dallas Architecture Forum, celebrating 20 years of inspired design dialogue. Join us for outstanding lectures, panel discussions, symposia, and special events. You can get more information at dallasarchitectureforum.org. Hope to see you soon.
Modern Dallas Art this week is here at Mary Tomas Gallery. We're here to see the show JFK, A Fractured Reality by Lesli Lanzotti, and I'm here with Mary Tomas.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey Mary, thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming.
It's always a pleasure, and it's a pleasure to see this show with so much historic value, a lot going on, a lot of talk about it. But tell us how Lesli came up with this concept.
Lesli Lanzotti is an artist who lives in Fort Worth, and she became interested in explaining and thinking about the JFK assassination about 10 years ago. She has created over 40 pieces in this body of work, and there's a lot of questions surrounding the event, and she has opened up the conversation to include thoughts about what really happened. There's things that feel like there's gray area. There's not really a solid answer to some of the things. So you'll see that reflected in the work.
And so you look at this body of work, some of it is sort of abstract with text. These all have a story.
Yes, so if you look at the way she has painted her paintings, they are very, very abstract, and I call it abstracted realism because they're based on a real picture, a real photo, but also the photos that we have from that time are very hazy, and they don't explain a lot. So based on the concept of the fact that we don't have all the answers about the event, and the way in which she's abstracted the realism is an interesting perspective that still makes you question what really went on. And so the text in here is part of the text that was in the magazines and the newspapers. And even the text gives you pause because you don't really realize what's happening or what the truth is.
So Walter Cronkite, that's an interesting diversion from this work. What was relevant to those pieces in this body?
Well, Lesli is also cataloging, in a way, in an artistic way, a historic event. And you know, when we go to Europe, we look for ways in which paintings inform us about the history of people and how they lived. This is a very, very historic body of work, and we actually need artists to inform us about the history of an event like this. And interestingly enough, people that come to Dallas, they want to go to the Sixth Floor Museum and they want to know more about this. And this exhibit actually offers another perspective and begs the question of what really happened. So she has over 40 pieces in the exhibit, and I'd like to mention that it was curated by Dennis Blagg, who is also a very well-known artist in the Texas circles for sure. And he has been a fan of Lesli's work, and I would describe her as like a historic painter.
So a couple of things come to mind. There are a couple of pieces that are significant. The penny, the building with the birds. Give us a sense what the penny is and the birds.
So the birds, the painting with the birds is when the shot actually rang out. And Dennis Blagg juxtaposed that piece with this piece because this is when the car rounds the corner. And this is right before the shot rang out. And so the pieces were curated to tell a story of basically what happened right before and during and not actually after. And then of course we have iconic imagery like Walter Cronkite, and we have some iconic imagery of TV shows that were popular in the day. And you may notice that several of the works in the collection are black and white, which is really what TV was. And then the other color pieces here are like almost like Technicolor, like they've been, colorized from the colors used in that when you're coloring in black and white. In one of the pieces where the road is pink, Leslie has chosen to do a pink road to commemorate the suit that Jackie was wearing, which was pink. The penny piece that you mentioned, the 1-cent piece, was actually about a woman who was working in the commissary at the depository building, and Oswald was there to pick up some food, and she asked him if he wanted change, and when she did, they heard the shot. And so actually it puts him in a different place than what we currently thought was the case.
Well, on that note, we'll let everybody else figure it out. But how can they find the show, and how can they reach out to you if they have any questions?
So Mary Tomas Gallery is located in the Dallas Design District at 1110 Dragon Street, and online at www.marytomasgallery.com.
And if you want to see all the art listings in Dallas, visit our website at moderndallas.net. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Modern Dallas this week is stopping by Scott and Cunha in the Dallas Design District, and what are we here to see? This magnificent sofa called Pack. And I'm here with Lloyd Scott. Lloyd, tell us how this Pack came about.
Well, it's manufactured by Edra, and Edra's been in business for 30 years. I just went to the 30th anniversary of the company. It was introduced in April at the Salone. Pack, translated, means the iceberg that floats away. So Francesco Binfaré, who is sort of an icon in the design industry, designed it. He's been creative director, one of the creative directors for Edra for some time. And he said it came to him in a dream about a polar bear falling asleep on a piece of ice that then drifted away, and he woke up and he wasn't near land. So anyway, it's a wonderful piece. It comes in just this configuration. You can get it also in black. The bottom looks like an iceberg, and the fur, they took the color from the color of polar bears. It's a statement, but it's also a really comfortable piece.
And it really, it sits real well.
Yes, it does. And I have pictures from the anniversary where this was in a room, a Palazzo Gondi that was built in the 1500s, and there were 12 people on it. So
it's made for a party.
It's made for a party.
But one of the
or
other
made for someone by themselves.
That's true. But one of the cool things about this, the center polar bear actually moves around.
Yes.
So it's not attached.
No. You can move it around so that it'll face any direction. They have sort of glides underneath, so it stays put once you move it. Also, it's not that light. Yeah.
It's absolutely, it's like a work of art, this great sculptural piece.
Yes.
If you'd like to see this wonderful sofa, you can visit ScottCooner at 1617 Highline Drive, or see them at scottcooner.com.
To wrap up this edition of Modern Dallas TV, we cover local modern events and the art scene. Check out the calendar and the arts page on our website at moderndallas.net. There are always great events from the Dallas Architecture Forum, Preservation Dallas, and the Dallas Center for Architecture has great walking tours in downtown Dallas. Open houses every week. Always a great selection. You can create your own mini mod home tour. And Todd Camplin covers the art scene for us, from art galleries to museums and artists. You can check out his page on the website. And lastly, if you're in the market for a modern, mid-century modern, contemporary, home, high-rise or loft, we simply have the finest moderns in Dallas. For this week, we appreciate you being part of our show. We'll see you later.